And hello there, welcome back to Japan Game Junk, the podcast that has all your junk. So this time, want to talk a bit about a store that had some good stuff in it. This is the Kamagaya store in Kamagaya city of Chiba Prefecture. And this is the Michinobe branch in that city. This is one of the few stores that doesn't only has the book off and hard off, but go up the stairs, the escalator there, and you got a big Daiso store as well. Very interesting. So anyway, everything that could be seen of interest on this date, let's get into it. First of all, there were many 100 yen games in the wagons at the front entrance. So this includes PS3 games, PS2 games, DS games, PSP games, Vita games. Basically every title that has tons of copies they can't sell, had them here for 100 in each. So if you're in the area and you're from another country, that's about 60 cents US. Stock up and take them all with you. Let's see what else here was there. For 1,000 yen only, there was for the Nintendo Switch, the naked cartridge of Balan Wonderworld. I understand the game's not received very well, but still, that's kind of the going price for that nowadays, if you want to get it. They did have a bunch of games that were loose, not part of the 100 yen in the wagon, but rather in a plastic tub, including plenty of DS and PSP games there. So if you didn't want to have the case, there you go. And maybe a few things in there that are not in the bigger wagons. Something else I found that is really recommended for people who need to have, replacements for these things. There was it's a wide-reaching utility multi-AC adapter. So it had 6 different power settings for how strong you need your power to be coming from the AC adapter, and 7 different barrel plug sizes. So if you know your polarity, and if you know your power that you need for a certain item, and like your old, let's say an old PC Engine system, or a Virtual Boy controller tap AC adapter connection or whatever. If you know these things, then you pick up one of these and, use it for all sorts of stuff. Everywhere from 3 volts all the way up to 12 volts. It was 1,500 yen, and it was new in package. So that might be a good deal for someone who needs it. For 500 yen, there was a PS1/PS2 controller to PS3 adapter. USB, you plug it in your PS3. And the adapter itself has 2 buttons on it. One is the PlayStation button, introduced in the PlayStation 3 era. And also a little button for turbo use. So you hold down a button, press the turbo button, and then it becomes a turbo control. Anyway, it was a very small item, just in a plastic bag for 500 yen. If you're playing PS3, maybe it's of use to you. eSWAT for Mega Drive. I picked mine up for much less than this, but it was 4,000 yen in the showcase. Also in the showcase for some reason for 2,000 yen, the Xbox 360 wireless internet adapter. So yeah, they had that. For 1,500 yen was the PlayStation 2 controller with a keyboard on it. For some reason, this one is not so expensive, but the one for GameCube is very expensive, and they seem to be just as common as each other. So, whatever. An MSX system from Toshiba was being sold for 20,000 yen, including the Sony Joypad, which is kidney-shaped and very interesting. It has not really great, specs. Just normal MSX with normal RAM, 16K. Whatever, But still, I guess it looks kind of a pretty Toshiba MX-10 MSX. For 4,000 yen, you get a Neo Geo Pocket AC adapter. I certainly used one of those myself, but I got mine for 500 yen at a hard off in Miyagi Prefecture, way back when. 2,000 yen for Pac-Man for the MSX. The connections on it looked a bit suspicious, so I did not get it, but I guess if you wanted to try it out, you could return it if it didn't work. For 500 yen, though, Ultima 6 for the Super Famicom. Kind of a good game there. And for 5,000 yen, 10 times that much, Joy Mecha Fight, the weird 3D fighting game for the original Famicom. 5,000 yen boxed with everything. The Kid Dracula game, Boku Dorakura-kun, for the Famicom, the cheapest I've ever seen it. 1,500 yen. So yeah, if you want it, this is probably the best place to get it. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 for Nintendo 64. 3,000 yen for the loose cartridge. A little bit cheaper than usual. Axelay for the Super Famicom of the shooting game, 5,000 yen. A bit more than Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. Roger Rabbit for the Famicom Disk System. It's kind of a fun game there, isn't it? Yeah, it's 5,000 yen. Rockman 6 for the Famicom, 3,000 yen in the same case. Ghostbusters for Mega Drive. Maybe the best Ghostbusters-based game in the 8-bit or 16-bit era. 3,000 yen as well in the showcase. Right next to Fatal Fury 2 for the Mega Drive, which is the same price, and that's probably about 3 times too much for that one, though. Cube Cute, a Hello Kitty themed game, puzzle game, for the PlayStation 1, 500 yen. Seemed kind of cheap for that. Albatross, a hybrid game for your MSX. So this is an MSX1 game. It has a cartridge with the actual game program and a couple of golf courses on it. And it also includes an audio cassette, well, the data cassette, which has many more courses as kind of a backup there. Kind of interesting thing to get there for 2,000 yen, boxed all included. 1,500 yen for Necronomicon, a weird pinball game, a weird pinball game for the Sega Saturn. The cheapest I've seen so far for a PSVR 2, the PlayStation 5 VR unit, 40,000 yen. I've never seen it even used for less than 50,000 before. They had 2 different cassette visions. The Super Cassette Vision, which is smaller, and it's a better version, or the original cassette vision, both from Epoch, the digital games maker. Units only for each, but they were both 12,000 yen each. 9,000 yen for, they had 3 different Nintendo Switches. All of them just the typical, just the system itself with the screen. No Joy-Cons, nothing else. So if you broke one of your Switches, then you just get this and replace it in the dock or whatever. They had huge stacks of PS1s. Best CD player ever if you get the one with the component outputs on the back. They had stacks of these things. Just the units themselves for 3,000 yen. I'm guessing they would work because they just had so many. They were junk prices. And the same thing. We use both the white and the black we use. So that is the version with more or less memory. I don't know why you would get the one with less memory, but still, both of them are available there, all stacked on top of each other, just the units themselves, for 1,000 yen. And with that, that's pretty much all that I had on the day that I saw that was very interesting. I ended up spending much more money in the Daiso upstairs than I did in for the games. Got lots of Korean candies, which are becoming very popular now in Japan at the 100 yen stores. But anyway, thanks so much for listening. This has been my description of a time in Kamagaya City of Chiba and the glorious 2-story cheap things you can buy within. Thanks again and goodbye.